Hello. I am Tanya. Welcome to my kitchen, otherwise known as Grammygoose. I gotta say hello to my babies. Hello to Jackson. Hello to Jalen. Hello to Preston. Hello to Athena. Hello to Maxwell. Hello to Abigail. And hello to Charlotte. Sorry for any background noise. I do have a couple crazy dogs that will be kind of coming and going. So if you hear the door open and close, that's what that is. It's just their dog door. But they're horses of animals. And so our dog door is literal truck flaps from like a rig. So that's what you're going to hear is the truck flaps. So I'm doing a cooking video today. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while. And just have to actually be prepared enough to make it happen. But I feel like pretty much everybody has a book like this, which is a book of recipes. I mean, this thing is giant, right? It's a book of recipes that I've been collecting throughout the years that looked good, that came in magazines, that came in emails back in the day. I've got a bunch of Hotmail recipes because I signed up for something at some point. Today, we're going to be making skillet beer cheese dip with pretzel bites. Does not look delicious. Everything that has bacon piled on the top is just a delicious thing. Like, that's all there is to it. And then the second dish we're going to make today is called sausage egg casserole recipe from allrecipes.com. Yes, it's in purple because why not? I've used a lot of the recipes in this book, but there is way more that I've never made. So I wanted to make them, and I thought it would be a fun series to do making recipes out of my giant cookbook. So I've pre-put together almost all of my ingredients. Mise en place, if you will. I hate that saying, but I'm going to say it anyway because that's what you do, you know. If you will. Every time somebody says that, I want to look at them and say, what if I won't? But what if I won't? Because is that a choice? To just, I won't. Anyway, all right. So the only things I didn't get put together was the spices. So I'm going to get those done now. Okay, so I've already got my oven preheating. It's at 400 degrees. Well, it's at 392 degrees currently. Also, I'm sorry if there's noise. I'm going to try to cut it out, but I've got the microphone hanging on my necklace. There we go. Maybe that'll be better. So the bacon is already cooked. I'm hoping people know how to make bacon. If not, I can always do another video showing you how to cook bacon. So it says, toss together pretzel bites and 2 tablespoons of water on a rimmed baking sheet. Haven't done that yet. Let's get a rimmed baking sheet. If your baking sheets don't make that noise when you take them out of the cabinet, then you don't have enough and you need more. Okay. I've got the pretzels. This is not a I'm cooking everything from scratch video because I'm not cooking everything from scratch in this video. But I am going to do my best. Give me just a minute, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got our pretzel bites down here, and I am arranging them. Actually, this is all new. Please hold. Okay, that's better. Now, I'm arranging them on a piece of parchment, making sure that they're not stuck together, making sure that they're right side up. And I've got my 2 tablespoons of water right here. And the recipe says, toss together pretzel bites and 2 tablespoons of water on a rim baking sheet. Sprinkle half the reserve salt packet. Set aside. Discard remaining half of the salt packet. All right. Well, so I guess we just kind of sprinkle and roll, maybe? I don't know. If there's a better way to do this, leave it in the comments for me. And then we'll go back through and turn them over again. It's all right, we're not in a hurry. Cooking is fun. Making something new for the first time is always fun. All right, and then we've got our salt. We're gonna get our skizzers. Pour the salt on top. I mean, I see why they say to only use half. This is a lot of salt. It isn't sticking very good. Let's see. Again, there's more on the bottom, so. You know, I've heard it said that if something doesn't look beautiful, it's going to taste even better than you think. So that's what we're going with for this. Maybe I should do it right. There we go. Maybe that's a little better than just randomly sprinkling. Let's just put it on each one. Okay. Okay, and now it says, hello. Hello. I'm still here. Okay. Set aside, discard remaining. Okay, stir together cream cheese, cheddar, Havarti, beer, mustard, garlic powder, and cayenne in a medium bowl until thoroughly combined. I can do that. So this is going to be one of those moments that I say I should probably use my mixer. So let's move over there. Okay, so this is the moment that I explain that this is my kitchen. We actually live here. Hold on, let me play adjust the camera again. Because I'm talking, I feel like you should see my face. It's rude to not look somebody in the eye when you're speaking to them, correct? Okay. So this is my actual kitchen. We really live in here, and so it isn't going to be perfect and beautiful. It is clean, it is sanitary, but it's just not perfect. It's not a show kitchen. It's an actual real-life kitchen that we live our lives in. So now that that's just disclaimer is out of the way, in the future, I might move this over there instead of bringing this over to the corner. But for now, this is where we are. It's all a learning process. So, okay, so it says to put in the cheddar cheese. This is 2 cups of cheddar cheese that came from a block that I shredded off camera. This is an IPA beer. It's a half a cup of IPA. And it was a fun conversation when I told my husband, if you have an IPA, it's mine. You're not allowed to have it. And the reason that's funny is because for anybody that knows me, number 1, I very much dislike beer. And number 2, I'm allergic to alcohol, so I can't drink at all. So to tell him that the beer is mine, kind of outside the box. So he was like, okay. But I only used a half a cup of it, so the rest of it is his, which he won't be disappointed about. Okay, that was an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. And now I've got 2 tablespoons of mustard with seeds or not deli mustard. What's it called? They called it whole grain mustard. There we go. That's what they called it. All right, and now we turn this on. This is kind of like making a cheese ball. If anybody's ever made cheese balls before, this is kind of the same idea, where you are blending together all the flavors, and then on a cheese ball, you would literally make a ball out of it and then roll it in the nuts or whatever you're putting on the outside. Oh, another another aspect that I forgot to mention. The Havarti, I could not find a block. All I could find was slices. So I bought slices and I cut them up. All right, now that's blended. Next step says to spoon the cheese mixture into the skillet and spread an even layer. So let's move back over to the other counter. I just realized that I forgot to put the spices in here, so I'm just going to tilt this down and do that right now. So we have garlic powder that we need to put a half a teaspoon. This is 1 teaspoon, so I'm using a half of it. And then 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So just a titch. Okay. And then we put these out of the way. And we stir it in. And this is got chunks because it's got the shredded cheese and it's got the sliced cheese that I cut out. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. And then over here, this is the pan that we made our bacon in. I had to feel it to be sure it wasn't hot. It's a little warm, but it's okay. And now we take this mixture, put it directly into the pan. There is a better tool for this. I could get a rubber scraper. That would be better to get everything off, but this is kind of the same. It's flat on the sides, and it's doing a pretty good job of getting every little bit out. I think I will get one. If you get rubber scraper, scrape this off. See, better tool for the job. If you have the tools, use the tools. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. You just use what you have. That's one of the things that I love about being a home cook versus a trained professional, is that home cooks, we do what we do what we need to do. We use what we've got. We don't always have all of the everythings that we need. So still in this pan is the drippings, well, some, it's a tablespoon of drippings from the bacon. And so we're spreading this around the bottom of the pan. And then it says, okay, bake in a preheated oven until hot and bubbly, about 15 minutes. Let's put this up to me. Here I am again. Yay! Sorry, I know, go back to the food, right? So now we're gonna put this in the oven. We're gonna bake it for 15 minutes, let it get all yummy and bubbly inside there. While that's baking, we're gonna start on the next thing I'm gonna make, which is the egg bake, or casserole, whatever. So I'm gonna go put this in the oven, gather everything for the next recipe, and then we'll meet back here. Okay, so this recipe calls for pork sausage, which is cooking over there, if you can hear it. Butter, green onions, which I don't have, and I mean, it's okay if you don't put everything. Adjust recipes to your liking and to your ingredients. What you have is fine. It's not going to harm anything for you to not put green onion in it, I promise. If you want to put a different kind of onion in instead of the green onion, that's fine. If you want to leave it out completely, that's fine. If you want to do it exactly like the recipe says, that's fine. I mean, however you want to do it is totally fine. And then it wants mushrooms, 10 eggs, a 16-ounce container of cottage cheese, a pound of Monterey Jack cheese shredded, which I just did, and then 2 4-ounce cans of diced green chili. So I have cans of green chili. I have a single. But what I'm going to use instead is this superior green chili action right there. So coming back over here to the stove to do a little mix on my sausage. I don't know if anybody cares to see said sausage. It's right here. This is not an exciting step, so I wasn't planning on just showing the entire process of cooking the sausage. But I'll show you for a minute if you want to see. Please excuse the glare of the TV in my microwave. One of the things that I do is, I take care of my dad who has dementia, and so he is sitting over in the chair watching his show. And in the end, we will get to his testing for me. These are cool. It's a rubber thing. You just use that to open a jar. Did you hear how easy that was to open? That satisfying pop. That took no strength at all because I have the rubber thing. I don't know. I think it's just rubber shelf lining. I don't think it's any special thing. It's just rubber shelf lining. All right, I will be back when the sausage is done. Okay. That's awesome. Okay.
Let the doggies get it.
Sit. You want to see what I did? I knocked the eggs all on the floor. Go ahead. Go ahead. But I have a couple helpers. I'm going to clean up my mess and be back. Okay. That was fun. So, I am not a professional, as we have determined. And so, my husband has gone to get me more eggs because I did have way plenty of eggs until I knocked the egg container off the counter, and then I was left with 7, and we need 10. So, he went to go do that. In the meantime, our cheese is ready. So we're going to pull this out. Ugh. Can you hear that? Yum. Hot, hot. Okay. There we go. Now we come back around here. So now it says to put the pretzel bites in. Let's do that. And then we'll come back around here. So while we wait for the rest of the eggs, we can go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients in. So we need 10 eggs, cottage cheese. So we've got a 16-ounce container of cottage cheese. You remember like on TV when you watch those cooking shows and it has the brand covered. I don't know if I have to worry about that, but I will say that I am a brand new person recording on the internet that has no sponsors. So anything you see, any brands that are shown on here are definitely just what I'm using. It has nothing to do with being Monterey Jack cheese and chilies. It has nothing to do with being sponsored. I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. All right. And the green chili. I'm measuring with my heart because I did not get out my scale to measure 8 ounces of green chilies. Excuse my dog and her loud mouth. Okay, so now we have stir in the sausage, green onions, mushrooms. Okay, so what I haven't done yet is it wants me to cook the mushrooms and green onions. Again, I don't have green onions, but I do have mushrooms, and I will pause now to go cook those. So the other thing that I'm doing, if you remember, again, Rachel Ray is an example. I used to watch her cooking show all the time. She always had a trash bowl, and that's what I've got going on right here. In my dirty bowl from making the cheese, I'm collecting all of my trash, and then that way my counter is a little bit more clean. It's not super clean, but it's a little more clean and usable, and I can keep track of what I've done. And also, I am washing my hands regularly off camera. My sink is right behind the camera right there. And every time I do anything, I'm stopping and washing my hands. So, just so you know, that is happening. Okay, so the rest of this is cup of flour. My dog likes to be a doorstop, which is cool, except she weighs 125 pounds. So when she stops a door, she fully stops it all the way. Okay, use the last of that. And we'll get out this. Cup. All right. Powder. Here, and we need a teaspoon of baking powder, and then we need half a teaspoon of salt, I keep going out of frame to collect ingredients because for this one I did not have my mise en place prepared. Sorry about that, but again, real life kitchen, real life person. How do we really cook? Like, I mean, pretty much everybody that I know, the way that they cook is you collect ingredients as you go. So, doing my best, but I'm definitely not fancy. All right, and then we need 1/3 cup of butter, which is about 5 1/4 tablespoons. If you look at the butter, it's always marked. So I'm just going based on the markings. And then once it melted, so we're going to get out a glass measuring cup in order to put this into the microwave and melt it. Okay, our butter is melted, and it says to pour it into the flour mixture, which is what I just did down here. And then stir this all together. And then it says to add this into the egg mixture. So I'm gonna stir the butter in real well. I think it's kind of gonna be like a biscuit. I mean, obviously it's not biscuits, but it's gonna be kind of like a biscuit. Kind of like a biscuit base, except instead of a base, it's going to be mixed in. And again, these are new recipes. I've never made this before. So we will be discovering at the same time if this works. And then also, our mushrooms got done. So we're just going to pour those inside here. And then we're going to mix it all together. And we're still waiting on those 3 more eggs. My sweet husband will be back with them as quickly as he possibly can. Corner store isn't very far away from us, so he ran over to get that, then he'll run it back here to me, and then he'll get on with what he was actually supposed to be doing with his day before I made it more challenging on him, as always. But after having been together for 31 years, he's definitely used to me and my chaos, and he's used to cleaning up the messes that I make, so to speak. Okay, now I'm going to come over here to check on our pretzels. Ouch, which are beautifully done. If you're going to use a damp towel, don't use a damp towel. To get things out of the oven, you should have it folded over enough that it doesn't burn your fingers. All right, so here's our pretzel bites. So if we flip back to that recipe, it says, while dip, bake that for about 5 minutes. Arrange pretzels around edge of dip in skillet. Sprinkle center evenly with chives and reserve bacon. Serve dip immediately. So now we just arrange. Maybe I'll bring you over with me. Oh, the sweet husband is back. He has returned from his journey. Tilt you down. There we go. All right.
They're very proud of their eggs.
Oh.
$7.
Oh gosh, very expensive eggs. Oh boy, these stuck. Cool, love that. Be back. All right, got all of those unstuck. We're going to, if anybody has a keen eye, you'll notice the husband has already given it a try. Although, it doesn't have the bacon in it yet, and I'm sure he's very disappointed that he didn't wait for that. But he has said that he's willing to throw himself under the bus of being a taste tester and tell us what he thinks. Some of these, you'll notice, the bottom is gone. That's because paper is not delicious, so where it's stuck to the paper, it is being peeled off. Again, we're home cooks, we're not professional cooks, and we do our best. So this is where we find ourselves, and that's okay. Nothing in my kitchen is ever perfect. Things rarely even go right, as you have thoroughly witnessed today. If you ever wonder if I've been replaced by any type of a body snatcher, it will be when things go perfectly inside my kitchen. Then you'll know for sure. Hey, hon, I have one too many pretzels. All right. So now we've got the bacon, which it says to just put in the middle, but I'm also going to sprinkle around the edges because no bacon left behind. And then chives. Okay. See if I can get my taste tester in here. Honey, do you want to come taste test this? know I'm gonna. Cheese is nice and gooey. Nice little bite. That's really good. Let's move back over to the other counter and finish our other dish. Okay, it's recording. If you want to be on camera, go ahead. If you don't, it's okay. There's the husband. And he's taste testing.
If I can get it. Yeah.
Where'd you put the eggs?
There we go. Right there.
Oh,
I'll tell you what.
pretty delicious. Is that a do again?
I'm not supposed to talk with my mouth full.
Anything you would do differently when I do it again? Is there any flavors that you like, don't like, would like to see more of? Oh, you get to finish the beer, by the way.
Oh, is this a beer cheese?
Yes, but that's what I needed the IPA for. Just for that. No? You just like it?
Come.
All right. Thumbs up. Okay, so now I have put the other 3 eggs inside of our mixture. I mean, of course she does. She just got 25 eggs.
She's like, should I get any more eggs?
There's delicious stuff up here.
I'm going to watch every time Mom's recording.
I'm going to stay close to Mom. She's my service gog, so she's close to me all the time, but definitely when there's food going on, she wants to be a part of the whole process. Okay. Now this is ready to go into a 350 degree oven. So I need to turn that down a little bit. And then it's got to cook for 40 to 50 minutes. So we will get this put in a pan and then put into the oven. Let me get out my pan here. It says put it into a prepared pan. I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to prepare it. I'm gonna assume it needs to be greased, so I'm gonna get my cooking spray. Prepared baking dish. So we'll just spray it. We'll just spray it with Pam. That's about as prepared as I think I can ever become. And then put that down there. Let's tilt you down so you can see the magic here. And we'll just pour it in. I know that one thing that a lot of people do these days is blend up the cottage cheese so that you don't see the chunks, but I didn't. I could in the future. The recipe didn't say to. Doesn't mean you don't. It just means I didn't. So for now, you can see the lumps of cottage cheese, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to take this and put it into the oven at 350 degrees, and then we'll be back here in about 45 minutes. Okay, and we're back, and I believe that our casserole is done. You can see a couple of little like holes where we've tested it because we thought it was done weaving me, and then my husband stepped in to help because he's awesome like that. So we've just kind of tested it in a couple places to be sure that it was finished, but you can see how delicious and browned it is. So I'll go ahead and recut out this part. Doesn't that look great? Want to get a fork, hun? Or actually, here, you want to just use this?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You can either use one whole plate if you want.
Well, I already used this one. Okay. Got my husband. Oh, no. No.
You gonna force me to be on more video?
I am gonna force you to be on more video. Isn't he cute? I love him. Okay, and then we'll get me a little bit because I ate altogether too much of the pretzels and cheese. Okay, so now we take a taste. What do you think, hon? Oh,
Tastes good.
oh, it does? He's
It
making a
still
face.
needs to set a little bit, or it's still.
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean, whenever you make a casserole like this, it's always a really good idea to let it sit for a minute before you cut into it because it kind of finishes solidifying, so it's cooked all the way through. I've decided to cheat a little. I'm adding a little bit of bacon to mine off the top of the pretzel thing. Cheers. Yeah, that's really good. It's creamy. Is that what you mean? That texture?
Maybe.
I think it's delicious.
I said
Anyway.
it tastes good.
So we've made a pretzel and cheese stuff and a casserole bake, and it all came out delicious. I'm really happy with it. We've got a whole lot more recipes where these came from, and I look forward to sharing them with you. And thank you for joining me today, and see you in the next one.